back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today we're taking a look at the Edifier W800BT stereo Bluetooth headphones. Yeah, let's take a look. I needed some new headphones. Let's see if I can reach over and grab the old ones. Yeah, duct tape. Yeah. These were Sound Blaster Tactics Rage, yeah. So this was still functional, but the battery was dying, so that's really annoying. It served me well. It was about 70 bucks, this one, old one, and it served me for about 4 years now, so well worth it. Good price for those. So these. I have a new microphone, which I can't show you right now, but I'll make a video on that soon. A separate microphone. So I'm not going to worry about that, like on this. That was not one of my criteria. So I bought this thing on a couple of criteria, one of which was battery life. And oh boy, let me tell you, battery life of this thing is freaking brilliant. They advertise about 34 hours. I can confirm it is about 34 hours. I don't have an exact amount because I didn't count, but between all the testing that I did with it, and I had some issues, which I will get into in a moment. Yeah, this thing, I just started adding up like the days that I was using it, how long, and I came to like 33 hours or something, roughly. So 34 hours might very well be possible. So yeah, 34 hours of use time, 800 hours of standby time, Bluetooth 4.0, which is important because lower power consumption. So what do you get? Well, box, not very interesting. It apparently comes in 3 different colors. You have the specs and the other part of the specs. So you can pause the video if you want to see that. Oh, here you go, actually. 35 hours, 800, and a jack plug. So let's get the box out of the way here. So what do we have here? Well, it's a really simple looking. So there's, I don't know if you can tell, but there's grooves in here. If it fully focuses, you can sort of tell. And that's the power button. It's currently on, as you can see. There is not that much to it, but that's what I like. So I'm gonna put it down here and pick it up. As you can see, microphone, USB. We go to the other side, get the lights, there we go. A 3.5mm jack plug. So what do you get? Well, you get a booklet. Booklet is actually useful because you need to know how to pair it, which I'll, I guess, explain in a second. You get a USB charging cable. Now, one of the important factors is you can use it while charging. That's something I couldn't really find online. I just hoped you could. That's not actually a given. Not all headsets have that. You can see, just plain simple, what you expect. The cable is pretty nice and flexible, which I always like. Makes it feel a little bit nicer, a little bit higher quality than the stiff ones, basically. But as you can see, you can't see right now, the cable is pretty short. You get the other cable out of here. So well prepared, I know. As you can see here, the cable is pretty damn short, so this is not good for using and charging. This is just good for charging. So keep that in mind. If you do want to be able to continue running this while charging, you're gonna have to get a different cable, or have your computer on your desk and really close to you, or have a USB hub or something, because yeah, this is I would say about 50 centimeters, so 1.5 feet or so, give or take, so not very long. Keep that in mind. Second thing you get with it, and I think the range, yeah, this is about a meter, I would say. It's a jack plug, and these actually feel pretty high quality. This feels ceramic, as you can probably hear. Like it's kind of cold to the touch, so that feels like it's ceramic. They look gold plated, so these are pretty high quality. So what you can do is, whenever you run out of battery, you can just plug in the headphone jack in here, plug the other end into your computer, into just audio port. You can actually use this thing without power. So if this thing's battery is completely dead after a couple of years of use, you can still just plug it in and use it as is. And the sound quality is not bad. We have it plugged in, so nothing wrong with that. So that's pretty good, pretty cool. Sound quality, well, of course, sound quality is very personal. I use it mostly for voice communication, but I also watch videos over it. I have to say the quality is quite good. Now there's a side note, again I'll get back to that in a moment. There were some issues for me with installing it, and audio quality initially was really bad. I'm using this particular brand right now for my USB 4.0 dongle. You want to use 4.0 because of the low power consumption, not so much on your computer, but the connection with this needs to be low power. If this has to switch back to 3.0, you don't have the power saving options, partially at least. So do keep that in mind. Not going to say that this is a good one to get, it's just one you can get. So pay attention to it being Bluetooth 4.0 if you get one. That is not included, so just so you know, this is just a headset. It does come with USB, it does come with the audio cable, but not with the Bluetooth dongle. So keep that in mind. Yeah, as for audio quality, for what I do with it, it is perfectly fine. If you are a super high demand audio freak, I would say these are probably not for you. Quality absolutely isn't bad. From what I read from the reviews of people talking about this thing, most people concur that it's a little bit bass heavy and it lacks a bit in the mid-range or high range, one or two, I don't remember exactly. But for my use, like I said, mostly is communication with people and a little bit of videos here and there. Not super high demanding. I would say these are absolutely fine, and the quality is as well as you can expect. It's not a super cheap headset. I will list the price down below if I remember. It was about 60-70 bucks, somewhere along those lines. Headphones do not fold, as in there's no joint here to turn them, as you see a lot nowadays. They're adjustable, obviously. These are good, solid, adjustable, like, as you can see, clicks in place, so it doesn't move if you have them adjusted. The top band is nice and very soft foam. The overall headset is super light, you barely notice it. It clamps down on your head well enough, and you can basically headbang and this thing will not come off. So it sits brilliantly on your head. Now, one thing to note though, if you have very large ears, these might be, not sure if I can get enough light in here, these might not be big enough. For my ears, they are barely big enough, but they are comfortable. Like, if your ears fit within this, which, like I said, is a little bit on the small side. Not that my ears are really that small, so I guess these are just average sized. If your ears go in there properly, then you shouldn't have any issues. And I've worn them comfortably for hours on end, so no issue there. And that's one thing I am picky at. Like, if it doesn't sit comfortably for a while, I will not buy them. You know, or return them, or just sell them off and get something else. So yeah, that is the, let me get the brand there, Edifier W800. Jesus, focus, man. I know it was in there. Why you can sort of read it. I'm just wondering, is the brand name on here anywhere? Like the type, like the company name's on there, but I don't think the actual type is on here anywhere. Now that I think about it, no, it's not. Okay. So there you have it, headset. Of course, I can't really relay the sound to you to hear how it sounds, but for that kind of, I would say, casual use, sort of, it is absolutely fine. The battery life is brilliant, it's lightweight, it sits on the head, for me at least, very nicely. Again, keep in mind, if you have very large ears, this might be too small for you. Sometimes it gets a little bit discomfortable, or uncomfortable, discomforting. And basically, you if your ear's in here, you basically just shift the headset like down, back, forwards, you know, a little bit, and then it's absolutely fine. You're good to go for hours. So, yeah, they're reasonably well noise cancelling, as in muffling the outside sound, because they, you know, this is pretty thick. But again, it's with everything, it doesn't push down on your head, so that, for me at least, has never been an issue. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. They work really well and do exactly what I want. And yeah, there you have it. You can connect it up to anything that supports Bluetooth. So phone, tablets, computer if you have it built in, laptop, you name it, you can hook it up. And otherwise, like me, you just get a USB Bluetooth 4.0 dongle and you can connect it like that. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Review on the microphone coming soon. And I also have a external drive, a small one that I use for backups that is coming soon. It's a WD, Western Digital, 2TB drive. So that coming up soon, so keep your eyes out for that. And this was the headset. Like I said, overall, very pleased with it. Works exceptionally well for me, for what I do with it. Keep that in mind. Like, your expectations need to match the product you're buying, and for me, this hit everything that I need. If you are like super into audio, this is probably not good enough, even though, again, it is absolutely not bad. I'm very pleased with the quality. It's definitely better than my last headset. So, but I'm easy to satisfy when it comes to audio, so yeah. Not the expert, but for that kind of use and just some gaming and some videos, it is absolutely fine. If you are into music and want to hear every single pitch and, you know, are very into music, then probably this is not the one for you. If you are into more of the heavier music like rock, this probably will work better because of the ample bass that's present. Now, that was the review. Now, one more thing when you are getting this thing, at least for me, the issues I had, but it might just relate to this particular thing. My initial audio was absolute crap, like abysmally bad, like super, super bad. Everything sounded like it was clipping. If you don't know what clipping is, it's basically audio being too loud and getting capped off, flattened out, and it sounds just cringe-worthy, basically. So what I think happened is that Windows took priority over installing the drivers for the Bluetooth dongle, and it was using the Windows version or something. So basically I had to go and install the drivers for this thing, which you would think wouldn't be necessary, but it really is. After that, after some messing around, like removing the devices, putting them back. So my tip, if you do use this with a Bluetooth dongle, do not connect anything, do not put this one in, get your CD in or get your booklet out and find out where you get the drivers, install those first, and then do this. After that, it was fine. And like I said, it just works absolutely brilliantly. My audio goes to my speakers if it's not turned on. As soon as it turns on, my audio switches to this thing. So it works just absolutely flawless for me. So that's one little tip that you may want to keep in mind. That it had nothing to do with the headset. That was just pure Windows / this particular device that was causing my issues, not the headset. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.